my viewers. Stretch. Reach forward, reach for the sky. Stretch up. Look at your fingers. Spirit. And yeah. Good. We're going to inhale before hiss out for 8. And water your energy. And in. 2, 3. And 2, 3, 4. This time, inhale. Can you make that S musical? Take a phrase out of it. Ah, yay, there's music. Yay, even existing can have music. Let's find B as in boy. I always feel like over here I can't hear B or D, like the difference between that, or E. We all have the E sound. So we're on B. Listen to scale up and down, B major. And hold that first note. Do. Have more ah space in that pull when you're going through it. Do, do, do. And do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Now we're going to do that with half notes instead of quarter notes. Do, re. Altos and tenors are going to start first. Sopranos cases are going to start second. So it's going to be do, re, do. And then go from there, sort of seconds the entire time. Ready? And do, re, mi, fa, sol, sol, do, do, this time is when we have these crunchy chords, we lean into them and resolve out. There's one time where we have to lean in twice. When does that happen? I heard it. T-do. You have to lean in twice for that because you're doing this stuff. We're going to have you guys go first this time, you guys go second. Have them hold that C. Going up a half step. Hold it on do. Do. Put your arms out. We're going to sing that note again. And do. There it is. Here we go. And do. And 1, 2. And 1, 2. Please drink water. Please rest. Oh God.
How long did this?
some vocal sirens. Sorry for our low range. I'll look to our high range. Back down to your low range. Please be healthy with it. Don't press. Don't force. Just with your natural range. And this time, can you do an opposing kinesthetic that shows exactly what you're not doing? And I feel the Wednesday lull right now. I have that's the energy about you, not the way you say it, but the energy. Can you just give more energy to your? It's almost like going up on a roller coaster, and you're like, but not the tension of the show. Sorry. And go. Sweet. Can we take out As One Sky? Also, I had one job to print off my so if anyone would like to share their score with me, okay, so can we turn to page 5? And this is indicative of the whole piece, but it'd be great if we could let Elise do her thing and we respond in time. So we can really feel like it's an organic experience. So can we start maybe right at the middle at the end, bottom of page 4, pick up the third beat. We just hold up. Great, start right there. 1 and. Great, now we're all together, ready? And 1 and.
Between the poles of the conscious and the unconscious.
Conscious and the unconscious wake.
As the mind swing.
Oh, swing.
Does that make sense? We're really feeling basically rested there, okay? Can you do it in such a way that I and the rest of us are surprised, so we can just kind of go with you?
Yes.
Slow or fast, whatever works. Same place, bottom of page 4, pick up to beat 3. Last part, pick up to beat 3. Ready? 1 and.
Between the poles of the conscious and the unconscious.
Conscious and the unconscious wake.
As the mind swing.
Ah, yeah, that was good. I was surprised. Awesome. So, when we go to the conscious and the unconscious wake at the top of 5, it could be that we go off of whatever tempo she's feeling, okay? Ideally, this awake in 52 can be a little bit slower for us. So if you hear, has the mind, you go, awake, right? Something in response, in contrast to what she's doing. But I love this, between the poles of the conscious and the unconscious wake, right? Or if she's slower, we take that as well and we crescendo a little bit. Can we try it one last time, bottom of page 4? Ready? Can you do me a favor? Don't be afraid. Can you shake it up? The middle and the end. Right? We're all friends. 1.
Between the poles of the conscious and the unconscious.
Conscious and the unconscious wake.
As the mind swing.
Oh, swing.
Hang on beats in all worlds, and that swing never ceases its swell.
Oh, swing.
Yeah, exactly, right? So ideally there, we are suddenly, it's just like, you know, we're on the couch watching Rigorous Bake Show. Fantastic. Can we go to the top of page 6? Yes. Top of page 6, second bar. Can we just start with you and the swing never ceases its swing? We'll go in from there.
And that swing never ceases its swell.
Oh, swing.
Millions and millions on the sun and the moon in their courses on earth.
actually slide the entirety of those slides. Because it's not really what I'm hearing. I'm hearing, it makes sense that they feel uncomfortable, but if you do it the way that it's written, it's super weird and kind of cool, right? Like for sopranos, swing. I mean, literally half of what you're doing is sliding. That's the goal. Yeah, do you have a question?
How much of that do you want? Do you want us to start sliding right when we start?
Right when the note that has the beginning of the slide happens,
Okay.
right? Boom.
And then when does the slide end?
When it is written in the score. So like the next note, the note that doesn't have a slide on it, right? Think about where the slide is in relation to which note it's connected to, okay? Cool, one more time from 56.
And that swing never ceases its swell.
Oh, swing.
May the winds the silent wood in the courses I
Cool, okay, great. So, I don't know, I assume everyone knows these pieces, but if you don't, listen to this piece by Tormes tonight. Okay, that's enough I'll say about that. Great, so let's move on. If we go to page 7, right on all swing, can we just sing the C and D of swing? And then we'll get into the sky and the earth and the air and the water swing right there. So bottom of page 7, just the C and the D. Can we just hold it on a Ready? Go ahead. Yeah, a little bit more D, ready? Great, we'll hold that and we'll continue on. So ready? 1 and.
The sky and the earth
Yeah, now that we're doing that, and I did it correctly, let's try again. Ready? C and D? Ready?
the sky and the earth and the air and the sky and the earth and the air and the water.
Great, I think it's exciting. I think you want to go faster, and that's totally awesome. I am not wed to the particular tempo that I'm taking right now. But for now, our purpose right now is just making sure that these slides, you can actually hear them and that they are consistent from beginning to end. It's very weird. It's not something that we're used to doing. We see slides and we're like, oh, but it's oh, really, really like an actual effect. Okay, same spot. This is measure 66. Primary C, G, right? And now that we know where we are, can it be like a forceful entrance without tension, right? There we go.
The sky and the earth and the air and the water. The sky and the earth and the air and the water. The sky and the earth and the air and the water. The sky and the earth and the air and the water. The sky and the earth and the air and the water. The sky and the earth and the air and the water. The sky and the earth and the air and the water. The sky and the earth and the air and the water. The sky and the earth and the air and the water. The sky and the earth and the air and the water. The sky and the earth and the air and the water. The sky and the earth and the air and the water. The sky and the earth and the air and the water. The sky and the earth and the air and the water. The sky and the earth and the air and the water. The sky and the earth and the air and the water. The sky and the earth and the air and the water. The sky and the earth and the air and the water. The sky and the earth and the air and the water. The sky and the earth and the air and the water. The sky and the earth and the air and the water. The sky and the earth and the air and the water. The sky and the earth and the air and the water. The sky and the earth and the air and the water. The sky and the earth and the air and the water. The sky and the earth and the air and the water. The sky and the earth and the air and the water. The sky and the earth and the air and the water. The sky and the earth and the air and the wa
Nice bases. Ah, tenor is so cool, right? That was totally up. Sorry, I got very excited. That was really good because it didn't rush toward the end. Did you feel that? It's actually way lazier than we want it to be because it's just the pickup to each of those beats. It totally worked. That's awesome. When you get to page 10 and like about on page 9 at the end, acknowledge that you are playing with each other in a way that we have not really experienced yet in the piece, right? And then we come back to where we are. So sopranos, when you hit the top of 10-second bar, you can be a little faster. Swing, swing, the sky. Like get to the, because you're preparing us for re-entering into that like concept, right? Swing, the sky in the air. Get to the a little bit earlier, and that'll be helpful too. Great. So generally, it sounds so awesome out here, and I know that it's really hard to tell what's going on sometimes there's a lot going on, it sounds a little bit like a dance track. And that's the goal. Right? That's what we're hearing. Swing, swing, swing. All those S's are coming out of the texture. I think in this particular instance, all the rest of the words, even though you're saying water instead of water, right? You can also chew the other words a little bit. The earth and the air and the earth and the air and the water swing. Like connect the dots and don't over accentuate anything in particular, but make sure that it's really crystal clear. The earth and the air and the water swing, right? Does that make sense? You can clearly hear what I'm saying, even though it's all done. One last time, 66, and then I'd love to run it from the beginning. Barely conducted. That would be fun. Great. C and D. Right at 66. It is so cool to hear you on this. It's awesome. Killing it. Okay, ready? Strong entrance, but piano. Ready?
The sky and the earth and the air, the water, the sky and the earth and the air, the water, the sky and the earth and the air, the water, the sky and the earth and the air, the water, the
Feel the pulse together. Yeah, exactly. That's the one moment in 108 and 109 where we're like, okay, now what? And then we continue on, right? It's a moment of levity. Swing. So can you do me a favor and make sure that when you get to 109, that it feels like you're still singing, but it is definitely far enough away, right? It's actually piano. Swing. I'm thinking about that moment that we all love in any piece of music, where there's like a driving beat, and then there's a, and then we're back on the cliff, or off the cliff, right after that. That's a cliffhanger, and then we're continuing on. Okay, can we go from the beginning? So I'd love for us to just feel the beat together, like this, somewhere in your body, and then when there are changes, I'll kind of leave that, okay? But it would be great to feel that together. And I don't know what this tempo is, but it feels good, okay?
Oh, my heart! Wake!
And so is the sun.
Yeah, so without a gesture, it's up to you to create the energy that we need for the whole piece. It's not just the tenors, but I'm looking at you because you're the first thing that happens after that, right? We have to have that excitement. It's fortissimo, and let's get it. Let's go. Ready? And
Oh, my heart! Wake!
The moon is within me, and so is the sun. The moon is within me, and so is the sun. The moon is within me, and so is the sun. The moon is within me, and so is the sun. The moon is within me, and so is the sun. And so is the sun, and so is the sun.
The moon is within me, and so is the sun.
The moon is within.
The moon is within me,
That's a fourth
and
place.
so is the
Inward and the outward, and becomes the sun.
the beginning, the beginning.
one page, if you wish you had done something different, circle this whole piece. But for you, you only have one chance. One thing to find, okay? And then I have one more thing and then I'll be done. Find that one thing for yourself. Awesome. Now turn to your neighbor and find something that your section could have done better. Whatever that is. Find a page, find a pen. It doesn't have to be the same thing as the entire Cool. 10. You have a couple spots that are pretty naily, right? You don't have to be afraid of them. So, top 14. You know we're comfortable about that? Why don't you crescendo on the second bar? The moon and the stars. So you're basically a little bit louder by 138. And then you crescendo from there. Everything drops out. So what we need is the energy, right? That grows from there. Because if you don't, if it doesn't happen, then it sounds like sopranos now just come out of nowhere, right? But this needs to be a continually growing process. So instead of thinking about 139 crescendoing, think about 137. And then continue the crescendo on. You're still, it's a minute crescendo in the grand scheme of things, but we need that energy in order for it to happen. And in the beginning, it's the same deal. I don't think you need to be afraid. I don't think you, it comes across as afraid. If you're not afraid, great. It comes across as afraid right now. I think you can be like a little bit more pronunciation focused. The moon is within me, and so is the sun. Whatever, right? People can be like, oh, that was the phrase, right? Versus, sorry, what did you say? Right? You need to make sure that we hear what's happening there, okay? Generally, I would say that this choir is amazing. It's one of the main reasons why I came here in the first place to get my master's, like 3 years ago now. And part of that is because a good choir is capable of doing what's on the page. A great choir is capable of interpreting it. And a brilliant choir is capable of doing both at the same time and changing them in the moment, right? In this piece, you kind of need that, right? You need a sudden shift. If you look at these, page 6, when you get to measure 58, the more you can, as you continue to practice this, the more you can feel as if it is, it's a shift that you always had in your body and you just happen to like click the button now, right? Oh, swing on ya, right? Or the sky and the earth and the air and the water swing. It's like you're looking at the audience, you're like, you think you know me, but I'm capable of this, right? It's just like us being piano for 4 minutes and another piece, and then all of a sudden we can sing fortissimo. Because it turns out we had it in our bodies and in our minds all along. That's what the energy of this piece requires, right? It's these sudden shifts to make sure that people understand that it's just, we're capable of everything. It is all encompassing with the divine. Does that make sense? Okay, that's all I had for today. Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, so we're just gonna start running things like we did yesterday. So let's do the I love you burden. And at this point, I believe the first 30 measures are memorized. Is that right? No, I don't want to next. Are you okay here on this piece? Yeah? Okay, great. Let's do that. Okay. It's been a while, so just take a moment and like recollect yourself and figure out where we are and what you need to bring to this piece and what are the things we've been talking about. Just give you like 30 seconds, go.
Maybe some solstice themes.
Did I share the Jerry Spence quote with you? Anybody write any of the quotes down? I would rather, this is actually really perfect for responses. I would rather have a mind opened by wonder than one closed by belief. I believe in us. Okay. Just try. You can have your music, it's fine. Well, there it is. One more time.
Angels, where you soar up to God's own light, take my own lost bird on your words tonight, and as grief once more comes to heaven sees. Let my love be heard.
Okay, we can't let that. I'm not going to accept that. Since we're doing this, maybe we won't get through the whole thing. Tenors, can you just sing? Just do it. Just sing. Don't worry about the piano. I want you to sing there because it's just under singing, so it's under pitch right at the top there. You need a lot more energy than that. Like, don't be afraid. Just remember what Adrian was talking about. Like, what are you afraid of? And just respond. Like, that's the kind of thing that we need in this piece. Just give it. And if it's wrong, then it's wrong. And then it gets told you for it. And then, we'll just move on. But that's what it is. Okay. Right on 9, altos, if you can be a little more present there, I think that'll help them kind of like lock down there. Can we have it see? Sharp? Ready? How's the service?
Angels, where you soar up to God's own
Use your hands, move something.
light, take my own lost bird on your hearts tonight, and as grief once more mounts to heaven sees.
beautiful things happening overall. Don't worry about that. There was a combination of things happening. It was really, really, really awesome. When we start to delve more into it, so I am trying to do the Poco Accelerando from page 5, so just kind of be a little more with me there. Just expect that you're going to have to go faster there, and I think when you look down, you won't forget that, oh yeah, we're supposed to be going somewhere with this. So it should just be like, I really take this, I love this soaring little thing that he has at page 6. It says soaring, and then we're at 60, which is actually kind of on the faster side for this piece. It'll feel faster, but it just has to kind of go, just so that the tenors and the basses have something to go towards. It's not just sitting here, because otherwise you're just crescendoing with like nothing to help you and nothing energizing. Okay. So maybe just check your counting. It's going to be important for you in memorization what beat you need to move on for what, who you're listening for. Alto sopranos is going to be really helpful if you know exactly what's going on in the other parts. So I think I've said that before, but just make sure you're keeping that in mind, not just your own pitches. People help everybody. Everyone helps each other in this piece. Okay, want to move on to Kiki.
Oh, that was beautiful. My heart is still like, yeah, pitter patter. Okay, I'd actually like to go to the first page from memory. We take 5 seconds. Look at the first page from memory. This is how the heart's showing. Anytime you think there should be a crescendo, it should sound luminous. You should have these like little moments of luminosity, and these little syllables in all of this section sound like little light bulbs. Like, ah, there it is. Ah, there it is. So feel like your light ends up showing your arms. I actually feel like we're doing a great job. You're giving our praise. Could we do for 2 minutes, oh yo yo? Go and come see They should be here by the end of today. It's super exciting. The seamstress will be here on Monday during rehearsal. For your attending, if you have a tux that also needs heading or some other alteration, feel free to bring it. Laura kind of comes here and she'll do whatever. Blah blah. Let's sing. Here you go. Teacher.
J'entends une église à mourir derrière, à mourir derrière.
Yes.